The sun is out, the snow's on the ground, it's freezing, I look like Pippi Longstocking, and I'm gonna keep painting the room. We already established it's morning. Okay, step one, remove the old tape. Remove the old tape. Now there's a tape around the accent wall, and I realized I never wrote paint the accent wall on the list. I don't know. I guess I should have been more on the ball. Okay, so I'm about 15 minutes in. I've cut in to the wall. I have to say I'm mildly disappointed. I had expected more of a cobalt. This is more of a dark teal. But as I'm cutting in and I'm just kind of being with the color as it is, it kind of suggests the beach to me. And I was thinking more of and I'm not a theme room type of person, but I was thinking, you know, constellations on the ceiling, stars. And I have a cute little moon-shaped lamp that burns little tea lights. But this is kind of suggesting the beach to me. So I'm going to keep painting, and of course it might dry into a different color altogether. Who knows? So that's where we're at, 15 minutes in. About another 15 minutes in, and the accent wall is done. First coat anyway. I'm going to give it a look-see in an hour. We'll let this dry. But yeah, the first coat is done, and I am rather fond of this color now. It's really grown on me. And while I'm watching paint dry, I could do other things. I could remove this old tape, the tape that's on the other walls. I think I will do that. And so I'm removing the tape. Slowly I had to do some touch up. I'm going to do some touch up there. It's taking a little longer than I thought, and then I looked over here, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little bit uneven. I'm going to put another coat on that wall. I removed most of the tape, not the tape around that was too close to the wall. I removed most of the tape. I touched up anything that needed to be touched up. That in the corner is actually a little bit of, I'm not sure what that is. It's not really a paint removal issue. It's more of a thing that kind of flopped down. Old house, you know. Removed it. That splotchy stuff is actually wet paint covering the dingy stuff. And we have our ceiling fan back. Accent wall. Done. I removed some of the old tape. It's too wet to apply the decals. But you know what? I can replace the switch plates. That's what I'm gonna do. Wow, those were dirty. And so I dusted them, paper towel. Looked it up on the internet. Who knew? Some of this is done. That's gonna have to wait. Some of this is done. Replace the hanging hooks. Okay, here's the problem with the hanging hooks. They're gross. They've never been spruced. They've never been pretty. I'm gonna put them up, but I'm gonna spray paint them first. Unfortunately, my handy dandy weather app shows that it's not gonna be above freezing today. But tomorrow, it's supposed to, actually you're not even supposed to spray paint until you're in the 50s, but that doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. So maybe I'll just spray paint the one. I don't know. I'm going to have to discuss this with my husband, see how badly he wants. Or I could just, you know, whatever, just simply not put up the hanging hooks yet. Big decision. Definitely not today. Remove the tarps. Yes, let's. Sometimes the most mundane of tasks, it takes the longest time. I took that big blue, horrible blue tarp off and folded it, and then I did a dance on it to get the air out, and I wrestled it into that bag. In the meantime, I stepped in an enormous puddle of goo, so it bled through that pair of socks. It bled through my other pair of socks. Right now, I'm wearing the socks my daughter wore 2 days ago. This is disgusting. She helped me to paint, and then I had her take her socks off so that she wouldn't track paint through the house. Luckily, they were there because I still had damp paint on the bottom of my feet, which I do not want to drag through the house. So I brought this new pair of socks. That's my new pair of socks back up in case these start to bleed through, because apparently there's puddles all over the place. There are actually signs of carpet, albeit dirty carpet. That's like schmutz and actually paint dust, oddly enough. I took the tarp off the bed and I've gone around here. I still have my kind of little workstation here because when I pull off the tape tomorrow, I might have to retouch any of the 3, tapes, paint, depending on if tape came up. So I have that in my little corner there. We actually want to try to sleep here tonight. It's, we're just getting to be too old to sleep on futons, so that's what it is. But yeah, it's our poor little room. All this trash, I already took out a bag full of trash. All this stuff, this is stuff I can use again for the next, well, not my jammies, but this is all stuff I can use again for my next paint project. I don't know what that's going to be. I mean, we've basically painted the whole house. I have this vague idea that I want to do some kind of vague and non-specific something with the basement. I've got all year to think about it. So that's that. It's time for lunch. I'm proud of what I've done so far. I need to vacuum. Oh my gosh, it's so dusty, so dusty. But you know what? This is good. I mean, for now, I do have a couple of errands I have to run. It is, I don't even know what day this is. I want to say it's Wednesday, probably. I lose track of time when the kids aren't in school and I'm not at work. So I'm coming back later. I'm back from lunch. I feel like a person, but the only thing I can really do is dust the furniture and vacuum the floors. I'm gonna go do that. So after dusting, I thought that I wasn't gonna do anything else but in this room, but I realized that I could actually start moving the furniture back. And so I did. I vacuumed the carpet. I moved the big dresser back. That piece is going into the middle because I've decided I don't want any awkward, I'm probably going to paint that, but I don't want any awkward spaces where you have to reach behind anything. I want everything at hand, and this is the time to do it. The armoire without its drawers, and the reason I didn't put any drawers back is because I don't know if we're going to get a carpet. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. But I don't feel like moving everything 10 times, but that's what it looks like so far. I have to say I'm pleased. Now that I've done everything I can do with the room for one day, now we're back to spring cleaning. Replacing the lamp globes. Replace lamp globes, done. Wash doors, done. Wash walls, wipe down good enough. Vacuum or wash the window curtains. I can do that, but first I have to fold and put away the laundry. It's already there.